guy back on the Alesis stand now. We're with Nate, who's basically one of the product managers. One of the great things coming to these shows is we get to speak to the people who are really involved in the product development for this space. So this guy knows, like all the guys here, know the products really, really well. So we're just going to do a little bit of a talk on a couple of their products they've got coming out, which I think you need to see and understand. So take it away, mate.
All right, thank you very much. I'll just grab this so we can go back and forth. So we are announcing 2 brand new MIDI keyboard controller lines for Alesis here at Winter Namm 2014. We have the V series and the VI series, and they both come in 61, 49, and 25 key versions. I'll go through both of them, but I'll start with the V series here. As you can see, the footprint is pretty compact for a full-size key bed. So one of our goals here was to take up the least amount of space on your studio desk and give you these full-size keys. The other big story for both series is that we're putting the pads on the left-hand side of the key bed. Well, because we kept our housing as tight as possible and as minimalist as possible, we are still within standard cases and flight case dimensions, so that's not an issue whatsoever. So on the V series, the V61 in this case, we have a nice synth action key bed, which is velocity sensitive, matte black minor keys, which match the whole housing design. And on the side here, we have our 8 drum pads that are pressure and velocity sensitive, so they're true drum pads, or they can trigger clips within your software. We also have 4 assignable buttons, 4 assignable knobs, pitch and mod wheels in this section here, and all the V series have this same left panel with the pitch and mod wheels, 4 knobs, 4 buttons, octave up and down, and 8 pads. The V series are USB bus powered and have a sustain pedal input, and that's really the story on V.
What's the difference? We've got 2 here. We've got the VI here. Just more pads, yeah? We've got more pads, more controllers.
Yeah, so there's actually a lot going on with VI. So 16 pads instead of 8 pads, and they're RGB LEDs, so they are color changing, and you can tweak that based on function. Full-size pitch and mod wheels, and they're all backlit LED. Our key bed changes. It goes to a semi-weighted key bed with aftertouch, so it's a big upgrade on the key bed. Yeah. We have our upper section here, which is, in the case of the VI61, 16 knobs and 48 buttons. You can map these using MIDI Learn for vertical channel strips within a recording DAW. You might be doing volumes, pans, EQs, mute, solo, record, enable. Just map your channels right across here, so you could have 16 channels of mixing right in the top panel. The other way to use this top section would be performance mode in something like Ableton, where you are triggering clips off of the buttons, you're doing effects on-offs, assigning volumes, effects parameters, doing filter sweeps, whatever you want to do live. Now, the other thing about VI is we put an internal MIDI time clock on board. So you can see here that we have our transport controls on the top panel. We have tap tempo, and we also can engage roll mode for the drum pads. So on the hardware side, when you engage roll mode, these 8 buttons you can see have time division labels of quarters, quarter notes, eighth notes, 16ths, and 30-seconds, and all the triplets in between. So you can do the build-ups and breakdowns and kind of trap-style hi-hats that you hear in modern music right now. It's all done on the hardware side with the VI series, so pretty cool piece. Like I said, VI61, VI49, and VI25, and again, V61, V49, and V25.
Yeah, just quickly looking at it, I just found out the price points for these, which are there. So that's, again, in the UK is going to be $119.99, 120, and that's going to be £200. So it's quite a lot of keyboard for £200. I mean, you can see the idea behind it is trying to keep that desktop space as clear as possible there. They're both the same keyboard lengths, aren't they? But obviously you can see the keyboard action is not bad, you know, it's not bad. It's not a bad keyboard action synth action there. So it's good price points, I think, and obviously the pads on the left-hand side is a good idea. I think obviously the modulation wheels, the small ones on the small modulation wheels on the in the V61 is a little bit there. So definitely the 61 is, you know, people who just want a keyboard may want a little bit of controls, but if you want the full Monty, you've got to go up to the 61, and that's got an awful lot of control functions on there. Let's just, if we can move across to the interface, I think. A little bit difficult to someone's there, so we're just going to move it out of the way. Right, now this is it's a certain price point. Basically, it's another interface. There's loads of interfaces on the market. What does this make this one use special? It's really just a price point for the features. So
yeah, so the Core 8 is the top of our new Core series interfaces. We have the Core 1, the Core 2, and the Core 8, but we'll focus on the Core 8 for now. It is 8 in, 4 out, so XLR 1/4-inch combo jacks, all in the front panel with gain controls and clip indicators. We have phantom power on board that's split between channel 1 through 4 and 5 through 8, and we have line guitar switches on channel 6 7 and 8. 2 headphone outputs that get the same signal, but they have their own volume control. And on the rear panel here, we have basically a really simple output section. We have main outs left and right. We have monitor outs 1, 2, 3, and 4 that are assignable within your DAW. But the important thing here is it's USB 2.0, so you're getting 8 discrete channels over USB to your DAW. So, recording quality is 2496K, so 24-bit 96K. Nice mic breeze. We simplified the design. It's 2U rack space with everything on the front panel, and it's that great new price point that you talked about.
Yeah, it's £199. That's a lot of stuff there. So I mean, the sort of application. So this is something that's obviously want to record 8 channels at once.
You got it.
Okay, maybe can't quite go up to maybe £400 interface from another manufacturer, which you normally have to pay there. So yeah, good price point, good product. It's very difficult for anyone to bring out an interface and make it fit into a different price point and stuff. I think you've done that with it, haven't you?
Thank you. Yeah,
fantastic.
that was so cool.
Excellent. Hey, thanks for your time.
Thanks
Cheers.
a lot.
Thank you very much indeed. Cheers.